Have you ever thought about how Goku has two sons, Gohan and Goten? And for the longest time, maybe you thought that Goten was actually Gohan's son? Yeah, that's what I thought a long time ago before I started reading Dragon Ball. And yeah, I was wrong. So lo and behold, if you got Mandela effect, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries and everybody else, Goten is Goku's son. Anyways, that was a completely pointless tangent. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another video of That Manga Dude. Today, we're doing the wonderful reading log of August 2022. And it's actually kind of crazy because I read almost as many volumes as I picked up, which is genuinely doesn't always happen just because it's really hard. I've been having wrist pains recently because of work and all of this stuff and just a lot of things just in general. So I've been trying to rest up for the past couple months just to try to keep the pain down. But this month, yeah, I really tried to push it. And I read a pretty decent amount. I think I read 37 volumes is what my notes said. So yeah, let's get right into it. I hope you enjoy. Let's go. So my first volume of August 2022 just so happened to be my 2000th volume in my collection. I don't know why I said of. In my collection, and lo and behold, it is Kowloon Generic Romance, Volume 1 by Jun Miyazaki. I've already done a full review, or mostly full review of this on my FVI series, so feel free to go look and watch that video. Yeah, but I guess if this is a TLDR, if you didn't want to go watch that video, I love this series, or I love this volume. It's really, really good. It has that perfect mix of everything that I look for in series, and really excited for the next volume, which is always a good thing. So, yeah, let's move on. The next volume I read is from my girlfriend's collection. This is Skip and Loafer Volume 5, and there came a point when I was reading this where my girlfriend was like, "You sounded like an old lady, or like someone who reacts to a romance series." Because I think I made a squeal like the oh my kind of that kind of sound. So I cannot replicate it because honestly it was definitely in the moment. It was very funny. I was laughing, she was laughing. But yeah, overall this was an amazing volume. And some crazy stuff happens. Yeehaw. If you know, you know. If you don't, you should go read it and find out for yourself. Up next, we got Comet Can't Communicate Volume 20. So this is the newest volume, and yeah, I've been noticing a lot of people mention how Comet's butt is very, very pronounced in this volume, and I don't really know why, because they don't make a big deal about it in the series, but I guess, whatever. Anyways, this is a good, pretty good volume. I really like what happens, especially with the snow trip. And my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters, gets a lot of character development and time in the pages, so that's really cool. Once again, if you know, you know. If you don't, you should go read it. Up next, I talked a little bit about this in my pickups. This is Sakamoto Days Volume 3. Another amazing volume. We got a new character, who's the guy on the front, and we got a lot of more backstory about one of our main characters. And overall, it's just really fun. I mean, I'm really loving where this series is going. It has that perfect mix of comedy and action. I've been really enjoying it, and yeah, really excited to read Volume 4. Up next, Wand Dance Volume 1. Wow, this was a remarkable first volume, and actually was a candidate for my FVI series, but I decided against it because I feel like I would have gotten really preachy, or I don't know how to explain it. But basically, there were other things I had on the docket that I was like, okay, I'm going to do these reviews and leave this one for this video. And yeah, this was a remarkable series. I mean, super cool. If you don't know what it's about, basically it's about this dude who doesn't really have much going for his life. A lot of people want him to go play sports, but he ends up joining this dance club because he sees a girl dancing and is totally mesmerized. And when he gets there, he realizes he doesn't know how to dance at all. But then as he comes to learn about himself, about this girl that he met, and about this dance club, he begins to learn the secrets and the trade secrets to dancing, and how dancing is more of an expression of yourself, less like a competition. It becomes a competition, of course, when you're in when you're in competitions and tournaments and whatever, but it's more about exploring yourself and how dance allows you to express yourself. So I think that's really good. It does it all really well. I think the art is fantastic. I can flip through some of it, and I just think that like a lot of the movement is just done in such a remarkable way, and does it in a way that like teaches you somewhat how to dance, especially if you don't know how to dance. So I really like that about it. Overall, yeah, this was an amazing first volume. I'm super excited for the second one. I can't wait. Okay, finally got to reading the 100th volume of One Piece. Still mind-blowing to me that this is the first, I believe, manga that's been translated into English that has reached a triple-digit number in terms of its volume count. So this is super cool to have this in hand. Yeah, just another good volume, continuing with the Wano story. Some crazy stuff happens at the end of this volume, which I was like, got me like completely speechless. I'm not gonna talk about it if you don't want spoilers, but let's just say, yeah, it's really good and very enjoyable. More One Piece. Yeehaw. Alright, up next, I read the third volume of Genjiken. So I've been kind of slow on the Genjiken read, just because the volumes do take a long time to read. There's a lot of content, a lot of dialogue, which is not a bad thing. It's just takes a long time to read. But yeah, this is just another very good volume. If you don't know what Genjiken is about, it's basically about these college students who are in a club called the Genjiken, or like the anime something appreciation club or something like that. But basically, they really just don't do anything. They just play games and read like sexy magazines. I can't say the P word on here because I'm pretty sure I'll get ghosted by YouTube. So let's just say they read some very questionable things, not questionable, but very adult things. And yeah, it's just like a very goofy, very raunchy, very old school comedy. But I very much enjoy it. I really liked the third volume, and I can't wait to jump into more. Up next, I read the third volume of Kichi and the Magic Books. So I've been reading this series quite a bit recently. It's only 5 volumes. I picked up the first volume on a whim because I thought that the cover was beautiful, and lo and behold, it was actually a pretty good story. And yeah, this third volume is another very good volume in the series. If you don't know what the story is, it's basically about this world where books are basically banned, and can only be like given out by a bookkeeper or a librarian. I forgot what their actual names are, but basically, yeah, this guy finds this Oni, who's this kid. His name is Kichi, I believe. I don't know why I'm saying believe. Basically, yeah, so this kid is getting picked on because he's an Oni, and he's a very rare species in this world. So, yeah, it's about his journey to find his people, and I guess found family as well. So overall, it's a really fun series, really nice art, and definitely worth the 5-volume read. Up next, I read the first volume of Kimi ni Todoke, From Me to You. This is a shoujo series that a lot of people really like to talk about. A lot of people really like it, and I can see why. The first volume was very good, very charming, very cute. The art is really nice. And yeah, I got lucky because this is a used copy, but I managed to keep the stickers in here, which I think is just super cool. I don't know why they're still in there, but super neat to find them and have them still in there. But yeah, overall, really good volume. Really thought it was bizarre that they made a Pedro Martinez reference, which if you don't know who Pedro Martinez is, he's a famous baseball player. So it's just very bizarre. I'm not sure if that was like English translators just putting something in because they didn't have a good enough comparison, I guess, for whatever it was. But if it was actually placed there by the original author, then that's hilarious. Super funny. Love it. Up next, I read the 17th volume of Jujutsu Kaisen, also known among my friend group as Juju on that beat. Yeah, it's just another really good volume. Finally got to that part where everybody's talking about Maki and the Maki stuff and why Maki's so cool, Maki's so BA. And I finally know why. Because, dang, she goes absolutely crazy in this volume. I'm not going to say exactly why or what she goes crazy. You probably have already seen the spoilers. I saw them quite a few months ago, so I'm glad I finally got to read it for myself. Super awesome. Up next, I read the 9th volume of Silver Spoon. I've talked about this series a lot at this point. Hiromu Arakawa, Full Metal Alchemist creator, and a variety of other amazing series. But yeah, this is a fantastic slice of life series, and really like this 9th volume. I'm really liking where the story is going. I'm glad the romance is starting to build up because they've been kind of like poking at it for a bit. I'm just like, come on, chop chop, let's go, 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 go. So the 9th volume really has a lot of character development and really a lot of pushing for a lot of things in general. So I think this is super cool, and I'm really excited to finally read volume 10 whenever the heck I can find it. Up next, read the 4th volume of Double, Ayako Noda. Talked about this series before. Wild stuff. This series has just got me on my, like, tippy toes, and also just, like, I'm going, like, like, gasping and freaking out, like, at so many different parts of the series, because it's just got so much drama in it, and you're just, like, super stressed out the entire time, but in a good way? I don't know how to explain it, like, I know saying that something is stressful is not usually a good thing, but I think in terms of this story, it does it well. It really keeps the characters all together, and you really get annoyed and pissed off by certain people because, oh man, there's like one character in here that just annoys the crap out of me. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm not a person who likes to be fueled by anger. But let's just say, yikes. Up next, I read Baby Bear's Bakery by Kamentotsu. Yeah, really enjoyed this. I talked about this in a FVI that didn't do very well. That's okay. You know, it's YouTube. It happens. But yeah, if you can give it a shot, I would really appreciate it. I put some good amount of work into that. But yeah, this is a really good series. Really short, really cute. Definitely give it a chance. Up next, I read The Big Chungus, that is The Music of Marie by Usamaru Furuya. If you don't know what the series is, or you don't know who this mangaka is, I've talked about them a lot, but Usamaru Furuya is the mangaka behind the Shonen Jump series, or at least Shonen Jump imprinted series here, Genkaku Picasso, as well as another series, Lychee Light Club, and also soon to be, oh crap, I forgot what it's called. You know what? Ignore me about that last one. But he also has done another series called Shortcuts, which was published by Pulp at the time, which was a Viz imprint from a long time ago. But this series, or this volume, was something else. I don't know how else to explain it. This was a absolutely bizarre manga. I'm still kind of puzzled about the ending, but overall, I thought it was genuinely really interesting. It definitely kept me hooked, especially for how big it is. I don't typically like to buy really large manga like this, just because like I like to read my manga by holding it in my hands, and these volumes are pretty heavy, so they're kind of hard to do that. But very much enjoyed most of it. I do think the ending was odd, to say the least, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. But overall, very good read. Excited to read more of Usamaru Furuya's work. All right, now for the final part of this stack, I read Banana Fish Volumes 3, 4, and 5, because I finally got some hands-on to more Banana Fish. Took forever. I'm glad I finally got it, because wow, this series is amazing. Like, absolutely remarkable. So many crazy things happen, like... I don't even know how to explain all the ridiculous stuff that happens, but let's just say another drug syndicate gets involved, and like there's betrayal and like all this crazy stuff, murder and team ups, and it's just so much, and it's so much to process, but I absolutely love it. I'm eating this up like a banana. I'm sorry, that joke was not funny. Anyways, yeah, super excited to have read all of this, and yeah, I can see why everyone talked about the series, because it is remarkable. Alright, so coming up next is another series, so let's check this out. This is a big stack, so I'm not going to show all of them like I normally would, but this is Claymore Volumes 9 through 17. So this features the Battle of the North, or the War of the North, or whatever you want to call it, as well as some of the next arc. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I can't believe I slept on the series for so long, because like this is an amazing series, and really glad to be able to basically binge read most of it, or a good chunk of it, in one go. This was a remarkable read. The art is gorgeous. Norihiro Yagi has fantastic styling and a good use of composition and use of dark versus or black versus white. Really respectable. I mean, this is just a fantastic series, and honestly, more people need to talk about it because it's really good. Alright, coming in next, I read the first volume of Kimono Jihen, which I actually wrote incorrectly on my notes. I wrote it as Kimono because I can't read, clearly. But yeah, this was a very good first volume. So if you don't know what this is a manga by Sho Aimoto. It basically features this character here on the front, who like appears to have like some kind of like, or he's basically like the Cinderella of this like house, where he does like all of the chores and whatever, and then ends up becoming someone very important later in the series. But yeah, this entire story is about hunting down demons and stuff like that. So that's really cool, or I guess monsters according to this. But yeah, it just seems it's not a uncommon premise. We've had a lot of series where people hunt down demons and stuff like that. But yeah, this was a pretty good start. Really enjoyed the first volume. Thought the art was really good, and I think the writing is pretty solid as well. A lot of the characters are very enjoyable. So excited to read the next volume whenever it starts to come out. Okay, I read another series. Or another good chunk of a series, and that is Soul Eater Volumes 3 through 8. Now, I've been sleeping on the series for a very long time, and don't ask me why, because, yeah, I don't have a good enough answer for you, but I'm glad I finally started to read it, because, wow, yeah, this is remarkable. I can see why a lot of people really like it. I've always been a huge fan of Atsushi Okubo's art style, specifically within Soul Eater. I haven't read enough of Fire Force to be able to give my opinion on that, but I think this is just a very unique art style, especially for manga at the time, and just overall, it's a really fun series. I've been really enjoying the character development with basically the main crew, Death the Kid, Black Star, and Maka. But yeah, my favorite character, in case you don't know, is Black Star. I really like his absolutely rambunctious attitude and his ridiculous stupidity, but also his love for his friends, and I really respect that. Super awesome. So yeah, that's as much as I can say about that. If you don't know what this goes through the beginning of Excalibur, all the way up to the invasion of like the school. So yeah, if you know what that means, well, you know. But excited to read up, or at least the next couple volumes, because I have volume 9. Okay. So coming into the last 4 volumes, I read Stitch, Best Friends Forever by Miho Asada. If you don't know, I believe this is a manga that's based off of the Stitch TV show that came out as an anime. But yeah, I don't know if there was like a disconnect or whatever, but yeah, this definitely felt like a companion manga to the show, because I felt like I was supposed to know a lot of things about the characters and stuff like that, and they don't really go into context for these characters other than like, oh yeah, you should probably know this already, which is kind of unfortunate. Made for a not so fun, or as fun read, but it's still very enjoyable. It's very lighthearted. It's very cute. Exactly what you'd expect from a kid's manga. But yeah, a little unfortunate that it feels like you really need to watch the TV show to truly understand the characters and a lot of the story that's going on. But yeah, very episodic, so I guess there's like an enjoyable part in that. But very funny. I don't know. It's exactly what you'd expect. If you like Lilo and Stitch, definitely check it out. Alright, next up, I read the very messy and complicated, but very, very heart-wrenching New York, New York, 2 out of 2, aka the second omnibus, I believe. I don't know if it's the second technical volume, but it is the second book, by Marimo Ragawa. This is a very interesting LGBTQ series about these 2 men who, of course, fall in love with each other. One of them is a cop, and the other one is he becomes a barista. I don't know what he is. I forgot what he is at the beginning of the series. But yeah, it's about their budding relationship and the trials and tribulations of being gay in I think it's the 80s or maybe the 90s. But basically in a time where being gay was very much looked down upon, considered taboo, very much like a joke to most people. So yeah, it was definitely an experience reading this. I think the second volume is like 5,000 times better than the first volume, and the only reason I say that is because like it becomes like a crime thriller at the right at the beginning of this volume, and it's just like completely threw me for a loop. But it keeps you engaged, it keeps you interested. I really like the development of Kane, which is the guy with the black hair here, throughout this volume, because he was absolutely obnoxious in the first volume, for understandable reasons for the most part. Not really, for some parts not so much, but definitely in this one I feel like he really came to his own. I really like how they introduce the character like in the middle of this one, and she becomes like such an important character, probably one of my favorite characters in the entire series. for the most part. I think she's just really well done. I believe her name is Agent Pittsburgh. She works for the FBI from Wisconsin, and yeah, she's super awesome, and she plays a vital role within the story. I'm not going to talk about it too much in case you want to read it, but yeah, this was a remarkable ending to the series and very heart-wrenching. Oh man, the last chapter is just like just hurts a lot. It's very beautiful, and yeah, will make you very sad. Don't know how realistic it is in terms of the LGBTQ experience. Obviously, you know, you're not going to be in a crime thriller if you're in an LGBTQ relationship, of course. But in terms of like the actual relationship and how the characters deal with certain issues, I'm not sure how accurate they are. So please read this at your own discretion. And please note that there are a significant amount of trigger warnings, especially about SA and also the R word. I'm not going to mention either of those. But just know that there's going to be a lot of explicit content, a lot of it visual, and a lot of it dialogue. So just keep that in mind. You're going to see a lot of things. You're going to hear a lot of things and read a lot of things that are very, very, very offensive and very aggressive. So just please keep that in mind if you're easily triggered by any of those things. All right, up next, got ourselves My Love Mix-Up Volume 4. So I just picked this up actually just a couple days ago as of the time of this recording, and I had to read it because I am a fool for waiting this long to read it. But yeah, this is a remarkable volume. This is a remarkable series, and it holds a special place in my heart because this is the first shoujo series that I ever started reading, and I can thank it for, I guess, pushing me to read more shoujo series in general. You know, along with the help of my girlfriend, who's always pushing me to read more. And yeah, it's been awesome to read this and be open to a completely new demographic and new kind of style of stories that I've never been able to experience. So yeah, this is amazing. I love it so much. Can't wait to read more. And the last volume that I read in August 2022 is Blue Period, Volume 8. This was a read. Holy moly. I say this every single time I have to talk about Blue Period because it's hard not to say those things about Blue Period, but I adore this series. It's just so beautiful. This volume specifically too just deals a lot more with like imposter syndrome and a lot of other things that just happen within art school, exhaustion, and yeah, and being able to rely on others, which is something that you do see in other series, but I think it's done very well in this one that actually feels relatable and feels realistic, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, Tsubasa Yamaguchi, just keep doing what you're doing because, wow, this is a remarkable series. I can't wait to keep reading more of it. So that's going to be it for this video, for this reading log. So let me know what you guys read in the comments below down there. And remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, because that helps me with the YouTube algorithm and also helps me to know that people are actually watching the video, which, I mean, yeah, the views kind of tell you that, but it means a lot more when people are actually actively reacting, I guess. So thank you for being awesome, all of you. You guys are all amazing, and I really appreciate all the support that I've been receiving recently. It's very heartwarming and very, it's just really nice. It's very, very nice. So thank you for everything. If you decided to not do any of those things I said about a minute ago, then that's totally okay. It means you listened to me talk for about 20-ish minutes, and I appreciate it. That's super cool of you. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Later.